Hey guys, how you going? Jason Andrew here, and I know it has been a little while since I have done an actual live video, but the reason for that is because the last couple of months specifically, I've been partnering with one of Melbourne's largest accounting firms to work out a way how we can take this concept that you have been experiencing since the beginning of the year, since the end of last year, all the My Life Plan program, the cash flow tool, the Breakthrough Cash Flow ebook that many of you have downloaded, the membership site, all the tools that you have been receiving. In the last couple of months, I've been working out a way to try and get this to this large accounting practice that has thousands of clients around Australia and how we can create value for them. And so what this means for you, though, is that you get to utilize these great resources. And I thought that now is a great time to come and let you know about this. I mean, the way that it's working, I'm consulting in, we're sort of sussing each other out. They have an Australian Financial Services license, which I'm managing as well. And it just means more value for you. And it's really exciting. So, I mean, and the name of this firm is called Collins & Co. And I'll introduce you to them later. But what it means for you, though, is that, you know, they've got 40 staff, got 20 overseas. So there's 60 staff that we've got behind us to try and help create the right strategy for clients. And I'm really excited to be able to bring this kind of resource to you. So the other reason why today was a good time, because it's good timing because we've just gone past the end of the financial year here in Australia. It's halfway through the year. We're in July. Can you believe it? And it's the half year mark. And you may have heard that saying, best laid plans of mice and men oft go awry or they go astray. And it was written by the famous Scottish poet Robbie Burns. And it effectively means, as you could probably tell, that many people create great plans, have great visions. But for a lot of them, things just don't come to fruition. Most often because just life gets in the way, you know, or there's some other area in their life has an impact that stops them from achieving that goal. For example, you may have a goal of wanting to, renovate your house, but you haven't been able to start it, or because maybe there's something you're too stressed. You don't have that life balance in play, so things aren't quite happening as you want them to happen. So when it comes to your actual finances, having the right plan in place is extremely important. And it's more than just having, money in your account. It's more than just cash flow savings. It's actually having the right plan that's going to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Now, when you think about people that you might know who are accumulating and they're getting that you think that they're getting wealth, it's not always the case. You've got to go a bit deeper to understand what it is that drives people and to understand how happy people truly are. Now, I believe that, when it comes to creating a financial plan, there's a couple of things that you need to look at that stretch well beyond just looking at money and just looking at how much you got in your bank account. And on that note, I did a bit of research before I wanted to come online here just to give you some stats, because I did share these with you a couple of months ago. I went online to the APRA banking stats, and this is the monthly deposit. Shows all the banking accounts balances and all the banks in Australia. So APRA sort of manages it. It's a governing body. And what I found there was that in March 2020, at the beginning of the COVID crisis, as you will, there was about $1.11 trillion sitting in cash in Australian bank accounts. And then in May, which is the latest figures in 2021, there was a total of $1.2 trillion. So over that time frame during COVID, the cash savings in Australia have gone up by $90 billion. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that's quite a lot of money, but when you divide that amongst all working Australians, that actually ends up being about $7,000 per person. So when you think of it like that, that's really not much. $7,000 saved over that time frame across the working population. So there's still a bit of work to do. And the reason why I think that there's still a bit of work to do and people aren't hitting those goals is it's really two reasons. One is they don't have a financial plan. And the second one is if they do have one, they've got the wrong plan. And that's why I'm really excited to be able to now give to provide the financial advice that there's the next step for those who would like to take it to start creating the right financial plan and so you can hit the right goals. But today is not really about that. It's just to introduce you into some concepts so you can start thinking differently when it comes to organizing and creating a financial plan. I want to share with you a site, and you'll see the link up here or down here, wherever you're watching this video from, to a link to where you can get introduced to some concepts around different metrics that you need to know when you're looking into financial advice. And here's the site here. and you'll see the new name of the business that I'm partnering with Collins Financial Planning. We've got our own license, which means that we aren't beholden to any big institutions. We decide what we want to do, and we manage. So we don't. There's actually no conflict of interest in terms of product side. So the things that you need to look at in terms of your financial plan is looking at your journey and how you're actually doing that, because it's more about actually enjoying your day-to-day as opposed to being so stuck on that goal down the track that you're not kind of achieving. And so there's more to help your financial health than just having money in your bank account. The metrics that you'll do in this test, this only takes a couple of minutes, and it's free. I encourage you to do this. Just click on that link. You're going to be looking at these 6 metrics. The first one is obviously savings, so that's important. So you benchmark yourself about how you're saving your money. The next is on your earning capacity. What are you actually taking home? Are you happy with that? Does that reflect your true potential? Do you think that you could be doing better? And then looking at your team, who's actually in your corner? Who have you got inside your corner with you? When you look at any successful person, they have a team of people helping them. You look at like an athlete, for example, is a great example. They have a whole raft of people supporting them. You'd see the Wimbledon was on recently, and you would have seen that in Australia, Ash Barty she won the women's Wimbledon, first Aussie to do that, Australian woman to do that for 40 years, and she has a whole team behind her. So it's not just Ash just turning up, just deciding to lob a couple of forehands over the net. She has a nutritionist. She's got a coach. She's got a mindset coach. She also has her own cook. She's done a whole raft of people. She's got a physio who actually map out programs for her. So who have you got in your team on the financial side? Not just in finance, but also mindset and other health areas. So you got to look at that. Have a look at your well-being, how you actually take care of yourself so you turn up in the right way, so that you can actually achieve what you want to achieve. We'll give you some questions in there so you can understand the sorts of things to look at, as well as purpose. So you may have been here a couple of years, so end of last year, I've done a couple of workshops on here live in this group. If you're watching this from the one of the groups here, and I've gone into things like the purpose of life, linking that into finances. So we touch on that in here, letting you understand how you stay motivated, because if you're lacking that purpose, then you're going to lack that motivation to get up in the morning and do what you need to do. And I don't know about you, but where I am in Australia, there's a lot of people feeling that lack of purpose. People are a bit down and out. We're getting hit left, right, and center with these lockdowns and everything. And it is what it is. But you just need to be able to have that purpose in place and these other metrics so that you can stay focused. The last thing is to know, how do you track your progress? So it's one thing to have a goal, but how do you actually track your progress towards getting there? And you do that in the right way. So we'll just ask you some questions around how to do that, so that you get some insights into the things you need to look at to have a little bit more in your toolkit than just, how much am I saving this week? Because I can guarantee you from personal experience and also from experience advising hundreds of clients around Australia, how much am I saving each week, putting into my bank account question is not really a motivator. It's not a motivator for most Australians. In fact, 86% of Aussies have no idea where their money goes each month, because it's not a very inspiring thing. So what we've got here in this tool, I'm inviting you to look at, is a way for you to actually look at finances a little bit differently, look at some other metrics, and then your finances will fall into play. I know from personal experience that this, if I don't have these things aligned, then nothing else is in my finances aren't going right. And it's just something that I've got to do every day. I mean, this is for me as well, working in progress. We're growing together in this. So guys, that's it from me today, under sub 10 minutes, which is really important. Make it short and sharp. I'm really excited for what we've got for you. I'm really excited for the services that we can provide with the new partners of Collins & Co. These guys are awesome. I've known these guys for over 10 years. We've been working out a way to try and work together in that time frame, and it's only now that the opportunities come up that we can make it work. And what it means for you guys is you get this massive resource behind you. So go ahead, do that survey or do that test now. It takes 3-4 minutes most. It's fun, it's easy, it's simple, but it gives you some extra insights, and hopefully that can be helpful. All right, guys, so from wherever you are watching this in the world, I hope that was valuable and that you take this home with you. Cheers. I'll see you the next time.